I was looking at two topics this time, and one of them was File Explorer, and the other one was a program to delete files. So I got everything put together for File Explorer, and I started trying to work with the program I wanted to use for deleting files, and I can't get it anymore. They shut it down. So I said, okay, what else can I do? And I said, well, I've already told you about passkeys. Well, you can get a passkey for Google now, and I think for Microsoft also. And well, I'll just show you how to get a passkey. I'm going to do it with Google, I hope. So I'm going to start off with File Explorer. So what I need to do is share screen and start with whatever I've got here. And give me a minute here to move you all to another computer. Well, I'll click there first. Now I got it. So I can see everybody. And then get my desktop. And let me just open File Explorer, which is this icon. It comes automatically on your desktop or your main
taskbar.
taskbar. It's already there. You can uninstall it or unpin it. I wouldn't advise uninstalling it. But when you click on it, you've got all these options for opening it. And I've got mine. This is Windows 11. In Windows 11, it opens up here. Whoops, hitting the wrong thing. Nope. There we go. It opens, mine opens with the home screen. In Windows 10, it's not home, it's called Quick Access. And I'm figuring out down the road, we're not going to see the words Quick Access anymore. It's just going to be home. It's going to replace it. And you can start with that, but how do you change it? Well, I didn't write this down. It's somewhere in the notes we did a long time ago. So if you attended one of my sessions on File Explorer, I showed you this in Windows 11. You click on the three dots. And the three dots means show me more. So you click on the three dots, and then you click on options. And when you click on options, this very first line here, you're going to have to excuse me a minute. I need to go get some water. Some of my medicine's drying me up to the point where my mouth is completely dry. Be back in a minute. Okay, that's a little bit better. Next to where it says Open File Explorer 2, you got a caret that points down, and it gives you different choices. You can do Home, this PC. It turns out I have OneDrive on here, and I really have two of them. I have my personal one, and I've got the one that we keep the administration data on, which there's only 3 or 4 of us that have access to that because we don't want anybody that's going in there and messing up some of our data. So that's a way to change it right here. You can actually click on the 3 dots and then come up to this first line, click on that arrow, and then choose what you want. In Windows 10, you don't have the 3 dots. The last thing to the far right, it says Options. And you would click on Options. And then that would get you to the same window. Of course, you wouldn't have Home there. You would have Quick Access there. So notice, I'm going to get out of this now. Notice when I said I want to start with Home, the heading up here is not Home, it's what? It's Quick Access. So this thing actually starts in Quick Access. And like I said, they're changing the name of it. I don't know when it's, sometime down the road, we probably won't see the word Quick Access anymore. We'll just see Home. And I'll show you on Windows 10 after I've done this. What if I wanted to open the Documents folder to begin with? Well, I could open it this way and then click on Documents, double click on it, come on, and notice Documents up here. Well, let's say I just want, when I click on File Explorer, I want Documents to come up right away. I don't want to have to go through clicking on it. So I first have to click on what? File Explorer, and then I'd have to click on Documents to see my document folder. I would just like to be able to click on what? File Explorer, and Documents would come up here. All right, and that can be done. And the method for changing, the method for doing this, again, I'm going to go to the 3 dots, which means more. I then click on Options. And up here in this first line, you can't add anything in here. This is fixed by Microsoft. Doesn't matter if you like it or not. What pops up here is that's it. If you want to change it right away, I mean, it's built in. And you can't add to this list here. You cannot add to that list at all. You got to choose between them. Most people only have 2 choices also. The reason why I've got a couple others is I've got OneDrive. I got 2 different OneDrives here. My personal one and the CKCS administration one. All right. So I want to keep it on Home. That's just the way I like it. So how in the world do I get this thing to open up with Documents? Well, that's on the first page. And what I'm going to go through, you follow the exact same pattern with one exception on Windows 10. All right. So what you do, you start off, just find a spot on the desktop and you right click. You get a drop down window. On Windows 10, this thing will fill up, it can fill up the whole page, the whole screen from top to bottom. In Windows 10, they show you all the options. In Windows 11, they only show you the ones that most people choose. If you want to see more of them, you click on Show More Options. And when you say Show More Options, what? Okay, that didn't come out the way I wanted it to. Let's try again. Right click, Show More Options. Well, goodness. It's supposed to come out more than that. All right, it doesn't matter. You do this on Windows 10, or you do this on Windows 11. When you right click on this window that opens has, wait a minute. It has New in it. New comes up as one of the options on either version, 10 or 11. The word New is there. So you point at New and you go down to Shortcut. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new shortcut for File Explorer. So I click on Shortcut. And this comes up right here. And what would we like to create a shortcut for? I just realized that my English teacher would get upset with that. You know why? Nobody knows why an English teacher would get upset with that. What's the last word in the question? For, and that's a preposition, right? Not supposed to end the sentence with a preposition. So you can tell these weren't English people that wrote this. They're like me. They're in math or mechanics or something else. Well, what I've got to do is, well, I love this little thing right here. I'm going to browse for it. So I'm going to click on Browse. So I click on Browse, and I get this window here. Let's see if I can move this around a little. I don't know if I can move that one or no. I can't move that one. I was trying to put this in a better spot where it's easier to see everything. What is going on here? Guess what? It's not, is that moving? You see where I've got my pointer? Is that moving on your all screen, or is it staying in one spot? On my screen,
Not moving.
well,
It's at the
I'm
very
moving.
top.
I am moving it. I'm moving it, but it's not moving on your screen.
No, it's just at the top next to Browse for files and folders.
Right. Well, what I
now we
want
can
to
see
do.
it. Now it
What?
is. It is.
Now what?
It's moving. Yeah.
Oh, it's just taking a while. Okay, I got to move it slow. All right. Well, that's interesting. I'll just leave it there. What I have to do here is scroll down through all of this till I find Documents. Well, this is nice. It shows it to me right away. So I highlight Documents. Don't need to do anything else. You don't want to double click. You want to single click to highlight it, and then you say OK. Now this will be different for yours also. Your Documents folder is not going to be the same location as mine. On the laptop I'm using, in fact, on my Windows 10 laptop and my Windows 11, I've got two drives in them. I've got the C drive, which is the system where all the programs are written, or when you install a program or an app, it goes on the C drive. There is another drive called the D drive. That's where I put all my data. And you can do that if you get two drives in your computer. And my laptop didn't come that way, but I found out I could do that. So I added a solid state drive for my basic startup drive, And I just used a regular old drive for my data drives. And in my Windows 11 laptop, the same thing, except I could order it that way. I didn't have to do all that work myself. It was already done for me. But whatever, you'll probably have something like C:/ and I couldn't tell you what after that. There might be 2 slashes, and not sure. But as long as you get documents here, and then you click next. So I click next, and then it says type a name for this shortcut. Well, now I'm creating something that's going to replace what? It's going to replace File Explorer. All right. So what do I want to call this? I want to call it File Explorer. So I will type in File Explorer. And once I've got File Explorer typed here is the name, I then come down here, and it's not an OK button. It's a what? It's a Finish button. And now I'm out of it. So now I've got this ugly looking thing that I want to replace my File Explorer icon, which is down on my taskbar. So there's the File Explorer on the taskbar. Here's the one that I just created. Doesn't look too good. So the next thing I'd like to do is make it look like it's a File Explorer icon. Unfortunately, there are dozens of icons already that come with Windows. They're already there. Icons for your folders and your files. You can go out and look for a bunch of them on the internet. I mean, there are thousands of them. But I want to change this one. So what I do is I now right-click on the folder itself. So I right-click on that folder, and the same thing's going to happen in Windows 10, except this window right here is going to be a lot longer. But it doesn't matter where you are. Both of them have the word properties in them. So if you're on Windows 10 or Windows 11, you look for the word properties in that little window. So I click on properties. And I'm going to move this up in the middle of the screen. This is looking at the properties. It's called File Explorer Properties, but be careful. This is the File Explorer properties of this icon that we just created, the shortcut. So on this right here, again, Windows 10, Windows 11, it looks exactly the same. It's right there. It's called Change Icon. So you go Change Icon. And it's got a whole list of them here. So what you can do is you can start scrolling through them. And I'm going to come back down here. And I'm going to look at that one that's on the taskbar. And I'm going to look for something similar to it up here. That one's similar, but the part at the bottom is what? Green instead of, down here it's blue.
Yeah,
So
I
I
can't see
could,
down there.
what?
I can't see what it looks like at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, I can't either on what I'm looking at. Gosh.
Okay, but it's blue. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to keep scrolling through this and keep looking and keep looking. And there's one that's what? Right there. That is blue. And that's exactly the same as the one that is on the taskbar right now. But the one on the taskbar is the original. And I don't want to mix them up. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to use the green. If I can find it again.
There it is.
See, it's got a world there.
Oh,
Didn't have that before, did it?
I don't think so.
There it is, right there. That's green. Does everybody see that? So I'm going to click on that to highlight it. And I'm going to click OK. Now be careful. I had a window that opened up inside of the other window, but they're really two distinct little windows. So if I highlight this and click OK, that's just going to close this immediate window right here. So that just closes this one. But before I'm finished, I've got to come back over to this one and close it. And you don't just X out of it. You click OK. And OK, if you remember what I talked about, OK means apply what you've chosen and close the window. If I click on apply, it just applies it and this window stays open. If you click apply, you're still going to have to click OK or click on the X to exit. If you click the X, it won't apply anything. It just exits the window. So I click OK. And look at what happened. I've now got my shortcut that looks something like, I hate this, it's not coming up that way. Dang it. Trying to figure out what, before we were able to do something, or I was able to do something where you could see the taskbar. Let me try something here. All right, that didn't do it. Dang it.
Well, we can see it
I
on
see it.
our taskbar. We can see
Yeah,
it
okay.
on
What I
our
want to do
taskbar.
I can see it.
is I want to take
full
this
screen.
right here and I want to bring it down. I can't do it. Let's right click on it. Pin to quick access, pin to start. Where's pin to taskbar?
More option.
I don't think more options will do it. Let's try it. Pin to quick access. Doesn't look like it. Let's see, what else can I do? Oh, pin to, not pin to start. That might do it. Pin to start. So now I go to the start window, and this is File Explorer 2. I'm going to right click on it, unpin from start, open file location. Okay, there is, let me open this up a little bit more. Come on, grab that corner. That's the one I want right there. It's got the green at the bottom. This is the file location. I'm going to right click on it. And there's nothing about taskbar. Ooh. That's not good. Let me try another way. Oh, I tried that. Oh, here's what I'm going to do. I haven't tried this. I am going to right click on the File Explorer. It's on the taskbar. And this says the bottom choice is to what? Unpin it from the taskbar. So I'm going to unpin this. It's no longer on my taskbar. Then I'm going to come up to this one and right click on it. Oh, goodness. Unpin from start. Okay, let's try and drag it down. Oh, guess what? It worked. You can drag it down to the taskbar, and you all can't see it. But it looks just like File Explorer, except there's green at the bottom. Now, what happened to the blue one? I'm in trouble because I really don't know. I haven't tried this. But watch what you're going to have to trust me on this. I'm down on my taskbar, and I am going to left click on File Explorer. And if I've done this right, what should it open up in?
Documents.
Documents. And guess what? It opens up in Documents. So it opens up in the location I want it to. You can make File Explorer open to any folder you want to with this technique. And I know some people that, would like to be able to do that because it gets them right where everything is located. All right, now that I've messed up my computer, okay, let's see this. Pin the task. Okay, I am going to unpin this from taskbar, and I'm going to get out of here because guess what happened? What happened is when I right clicked on it, the old icon showed up. So right now on the taskbar, I've got the original File Explorer. So I'm going to click on that, and that comes up where I want it to in Home. All right. So that's how you change what File Explorer can point to, and you can change its icon. When you change its icon, if you notice on my computer, I've got an icon. Let me move this. Can you all see that? Yeah, you can. I can't see it because right there. That right there, look at that icon, CKCS. The one next to it, we're using Square to process credit cards now. I need to go to Square all the time to check things. That right there, I use UMA at home for my phone. We also use it at CKCS. I found an icon, that's the icon for UMA. So what I did was I changed the icons. What I did was I found them. I'll just right click on this. And it's the same thing. You right click on the icon, you go to Properties, you click on Change Icon, and you go Browse. And what I did, I got tired of looking for these things because I never knew where to put them. So let's see, where is it? I go to Drive C, and it is CKC Mem, and that's where any icons I find that I want, I put them here. And then when I browse, I come here and put the icon where I want it for the image. So I think Square came up automatically. I found the ones for UMA. CKCS used to use MailChimp. It doesn't anymore, but I do. So I use MailChimp. What am I doing here? I just need to cancel all this. Nope, I got a window on a window. Cancel, cancel. Notice I used that MailChimp and put it here for logging into MailChimp. And like I said, there are thousands and thousands of icons out there that you can use for different folders. I mean,
So Mike, where do you find the icon?
what?
Where do you
Where?
find? Yeah, just anywhere?
I just go out. Let me see. Icons for desktop apps. Hit enter. Have your pick. I mean, these are all places down here. Desktop icons and symbols. Click on the first one. I mean, gee whiz, this thing just goes on and on and on and on. And if I choose something like this, there's the icon. Oh, I don't like those. Those aren't that good. Desktop icons and symbols, how to customize your icons, how to add icons to desktop. And right here, just click on that. I mean, look at this. I said there's thousands of them out here. Of course, I would change what I searched for. I'd put one extra word in it at the beginning. I put free. Well, what happened? Oh, I know what happened. Okay. Let's say free ones. Most of these will still come up. By now, most everybody puts them out here and knows that anybody who wants them can get them.
So Mike,
Is that
is there a security problem by downloading something that you don't know?
Oh, there might be. But the ones that I use, I took a picture of the, I use Snipping Tool.
Oh, okay.
And I cut out the picture and then went to a program that converted the picture into an icon.
Okay.
And then I used that. So I know I started out with a JPEG that I used with the Snipping Tool. So I'm not getting anything in the picture I don't know. You know, it's just a straight JPEG with nothing hidden in it. If it's hidden, it's never going to get to it, because the way when you convert it to an icon, man, that messes everything up.
So what do you use to convert it to an icon?
I found programs on the internet.
Oh, okay. You have to have a program.
I just said program to convert what? A JPEG to a desktop icon, and they're there. I found one, probably the one I used most often was Russian. Uh-oh, no, no, I found some others. The one I first used was Russian, and when I found out what it was, I threw them all away and started over. Figured I didn't want to get, I don't know. Okay. Now, I'm going to get out of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing. I am going to go over to my other computer, and you're going to see me looking away from you all because I need to look at this other computer now. Let's see. Clicked on the wrong thing. I need to come over here and do a screen share. So I'm going to share with this. And come on, get out of all this stuff. Okay. I talked about this. The process we go through is the same. And again, I'm not seeing. Am I seeing this? Yeah, I am. Again, you can't see my taskbar. Dang it. Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop sharing and try this. Can I do that? Yeah. Let's see if this works. Screen share. Share. Still didn't work. Yes, it did. Y'all see that? You see what I did?
You put it in the top.
I moved it to the top. So I moved my taskbar to the top of the screen. You can do this in 10. You can drag it to the top, the left side, the right side by just dragging it. Just put your mouse on the taskbar, hold the left button down and drag it. All right, now I'm going to open File Explorer, which is right there. And it opens in for this PC. Okay, now what I'd like to do, the same thing we did before, you start out here. The key thing is you got to start with the View tab. So there's three tabs here: File, Computer, and View. You want to go to the View tab, and there isn't these little icons up here for 2 and 11, but there is a thing called Options out here on the end. And what replaces Options now is what? The 3 dots. The 3 dots means more. When you click on the 3 dots, you get the word Options to choose from. Well, here, you just click on Options. And then you come over here. And this
Mike?
Yes.
Mike, look towards this the other computer, because you fade. Your voice fades.
The what?
Your voice.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
you're strong now. It's good.
Yeah, I had to turn the speaker off and everything on this one computer. All right, here's what I did for my brother-in-law. He had all these icons on his desktop, but they were all over the place, and he had to go look for them all the time. But he used them all the time. I said, what you want to do is you want to come in here and you want to change, just like we looked at before. I want to change this, but I want to change it to quick access. So I want to change this to quick access. The other thing, by default, these 2 squares down here, these 2 squares had check marks in them. And I said, get rid of those things. So you get rid of those 2 squares. Well, you get rid of the check marks. And then you come over to the word clear. And clear will remove a lot of the junk that was on the quick access window. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you just click on what? Restore defaults, and it'll go back to the way it was before you started this. But now I say what? Okay. Now what I have to do, this is the File Explorer I opened up originally. It started in what? This PC. It started, there it is right there. It started in this PC. Why didn't it change the quick access? Well, I've got to close the program, and then what I have to do is restart it. So now I come back up to File Explorer and I restart it, and bingo, what has it started with? It has started with quick access. Okay, now how do you handle this? Well, here's what you do. What do I work with every day? What do I work with every day? Well, there's certain folders I go to time and time again. It's not every day, every other day, or every third day, but I do it often enough that I get tired of going and looking for them. So what do? Is I come out here and I go into Documents folder. I'm looking for something. And, okay, where am I looking? Right here. I don't know if you all know, but I'm also a member of an organization called Mended Hearts. I go to the hospital every Wednesday and visit open heart surgery patients. I've been doing this since 2011. And they stopped letting us do it when COVID hit. We couldn't go into hospital rooms anymore. And a year and a half ago, they finally let us back in. And when we started back up again, we went from a group of about 12 to 15 people doing all the visiting to 4 people doing all the visiting, or as much as we can. And there are 3 hospitals. So you got UK, St. Joe, and Baptist Health. They do the open heart surgeries, so we got visitors in all 3 hospitals right now. We might only have 1 person there, but at least we got somebody there. I've taken over, tons of the work going into organizing the Mended Hearts chapter again. I mean, today I spent 3 hours on it. Last week, I probably had a couple days where I spent 6 hours on it a day working on it. It's chewing up a lot of my time. And I don't mind because I think the organization is worthwhile. But I work with it all the time. So the question is, how do I get Mended Hearts, which is way over here on the left, into quick access? And I'm going to try something, and if it doesn't work, I'll have to back up 1 step. What I do right here, I found what I want, this folder. I right-click on it. And it gives me all these choices. Well, the key one is what? Right there. The key one is Pin to quick access. So what I do is I click on Pin to quick access. I didn't see anything happen. No. Let me go all the way to the top and click on quick access and look right there. Mended Hearts is there now. So when I open File Explorer, it opens with quick access, and here's a folder I'm going to use just about every day. Now there's a bunch of folders inside of it also, so I still got to go looking, but I don't have to go inside to get there. And what I did with my brother-in-law is I took all the folders that he was using all the time, right-clicked on them and said, Pin it to quick access. So he had a list of all these folders in his quick access. So all he had to do was click on File Explorer, and he was ready to choose which one he needed right away, instead of having to go look for them. Now I'm doing the same thing with Windows 11, except instead of saying, this one doesn't say quick access at the top. I don't know if you noticed that. It says frequent folders. Let's go into, let's see. I don't know. Here we go. I don't know if it's here. I don't want that folder. Right here. I don't know if you do this or not. I started doing this years ago. Come on, open up. These are all the books I've read, not all of them. Because before I started this, I had a whole list. I had books I read. And all of a sudden, I'd be reading a book and I said, this sounds familiar. And I've already read it. So I got to the point where when I read a book, it goes in this list. And it's by order. I put it in alphabetical order by authors. So when I did this, I got it in order by authors. And if you know anything about Excel, if I need to put another one in, I just highlight that line and come up here and say insert. And it will insert another line there and I can type in the author. I now have 6 books sitting on the shelf that I haven't added to my list yet. I always keep 4 or 5 extra books around. So when I finish one, I have another one I want to pick up. And I pick up and I keep reading. But let me go back to what I was doing. What if I open this thing often enough right here that I don't have to go look for it all the time? So guess what you can do? You right click on it. You come down here somewhere. Where does it say that? Does it save it? Restore, send to. It doesn't allow me to do it. Oh my goodness. That's terrible. I thought it did. Open with, I'm looking for pinned quick access. It will not allow me to print. Gosh. Let's try that again. It's the right one. Okay.
Looks like it might have to be just a specific folder you go to.
You got it. Okay. In Windows 10, the only thing you can put there are folders. In Windows 11, you can put files. You can put files in that onto the home page. Okay, that's something that Windows 10 won't allow you to do. All right, but that's what I did for my brother-in-law, and that, that to me that makes all the difference in the world. All right. So where am I? Okay, I'm stop sharing on this one. And I'm gonna go back to my main computer now. So what I want to do here is I want to share the screen again. Share. Okay, everything came back exactly the way I had it. When I click on my File Explorer, right there, I've got a file. There's the file. If I wanted to do the other one, okay, where would I go? I would go to Documents. I would go to Books Read. I would right click on that right there and say it didn't have this in the other one either though. You can't pin it to quick access. You add it to favorites. So when I click on add it to favorites, let me go back to my home page, and there's Books Read now. So now I've got a file there. So I can put files and folders in 11, but I also found out something else I could do. See that right there? When I plug my thumb drive in, it becomes Drive E. There's no thumb drive in this computer right now. So Drive E is not being used. But what I did, see if it works. Here's a thumb drive. I'm going to plug it into this laptop. I can do it without knocking water. Okay, all it did was beep. And now I can click on E, double click, and it opens this up. Shows me what is in that thumb drive, because that is the first thumb drive that's been plugged into this computer. And that would be Drive E. Drive C is my main system drive. Drive D is where my data is. And the next drive I plug in is E. Next one I plug in after that is F, and so on. But I found out I could put, go back to home. I could put Drive E there. I could put a drive letter there. So, no, I just unplugged this. Drive E is still in my list. It's just if I clicked on it, nothing would come up. All right. So you can do extra things in 11 that you could not do in 10. All right. Which I found interesting. So I do Tai Chi every now and then. It's a lot easier to keep it here than go look for it, because it is hidden. It's about four folders or 5 folders just deep. New SIG ideas is where I put new ideas for what we're doing here. That's the workshop I teach now. I keep that here handy. Then I said Mended Hearts. I keep the documents folder here. I keep the pictures folder here. I've got to look at that. I don't know what that's for. Drive E I just talked about. That's the August 8th, 2003, August 8th SIG. The OH's the month. I want a numerical month instead of an alphabetical month. If I put them in order by alphabet, the months will be all jumbled up by alphabetical order. That's the next thing I'm working on, is the Windows 11 class. It's gonna be like a 4 to 6 session class. That's right here. That's tonight, November 14th. In here, I've got the newsletter article, the handout that you have, but I put it in JPEG, RPG format. And that's the one I put the link to. And then, some of the ideas, articles I've seen somewhere that I might want to use. There's the uninstall one that I was trying to get to work. And the people that wrote it, you can't get it from them anymore. And the place that wrote an article about it, their links were shut down. And I said, that was such a nice little program, sad, but that's the way it goes. Okay, now, the next thing I had on here, I talked about passkeys. Well, Google's come out with, you can change Google, so all you need is a passkey. And what you have to do is the first thing you do is you log into your Google account. So that means open a browser. Up here, type Google account and hit enter. Now, I found out it's better the first time you do this is if you type the words Google account, you look for Google account. And right here, I want to click on sign in. I want to find the one that's under account.google.com. And I've got that. Find the URL that has account.google.com and open that sucker up. Click on that. Now, what's going to happen to you? Doesn't happen to me anymore because I've logged into this probably 5 times, probably 15 times, really. And I can't, if I unlog from it, I got to type in all my email passwords again. And I don't want to do that. So you're going to have to type in your password, your your email account, probably a Gmail account or something you got registered with Google, and your password. And the first time I did this, I had to go through it 2 times. I had to type in my email address and my password twice to get in here. Once you're in this window, right over here on the left, it says what? Security. And that's what we're trying to do. So you click on security. Then you turn, I don't know if second page of my handout, you got to scroll down in the middle, find a category where it says how to sign into Google. I'm sorry, folks. This isn't going to work. Well, it's going to work, but it's already been done. See where it says passkeys? You click here. Use your passkey to confirm it's really you. I've already got a passkey in here. Continue. Okay. My passkey is under a pin. So all I have to do is enter my pin. And I'm in. Now, if you don't like your passkey, see that X right there? I'm going to get rid of it right now and go through the actual steps. Click on the X. Come on. Why won't it let me? Last used just now, right? Passkeys. Well, come on. If you want to get rid of it, you just click on the, well, it's not working this way either. Gosh. What happens? Let me go back. Okay. Oh, that's why it wasn't working. X. Remove. Passkey was removed. So now there's no passkey. So I want to go back. Okay. Let's go back to where I started. Right here. Okay, I typed in Google account. That's what I'm searching for. I want the one to click on the one that's under accounts, google.com. Let's see if I go to this one. This is the same. I'm going to click there. It goes right in because I've entered it before. You go security. You come down here. How do you sign in Google? You see passkeys. You click on this. And right here, where it says create a passkey. You click on create a passkey. Wants us to continue. Right here, you might have to type in your email address and your password that you're associated with your Google account. What it wants me to do is to enter my PIN number. So I enter my PIN number. PIN is incorrect. There we go. And you're done. That's how easy it is. I mean, that's all you had to do. That's all I had to do when I created this the first time. I mean, when they say it's easy, they mean it's easy to create passkeys. So now anytime if Google asks me to log in, all I do is enter my passkey, which is a PIN number. If your computer is capable of reading your fingerprint or recognizing your face, you can go that route. All right. But, I've been reading, it's easy to create one. Okay. How easy? And that was the only big stumbling block, was looking up what email address I used with the Google account. And once I knew the email address, I knew the password. Because I've got 3 Gmail accounts. I got 1 Yahoo and 3 Gmail. I'm getting ready. One of the things I'm going to do is I am going to create another Gmail account and move all of my stuff from my Yahoo account that I think is important over to my new Gmail account. And then I'm going to delete my Yahoo account. Every day I'm getting 20 to 30 scam mails through Yahoo. And I've had it with Yahoo. Gmail, I've never had any problem with it at all.